Texas game is our last game of the season. Obviously bittersweet. You know, we had a great fight in that game, fought back some points, got some breaks back, and finishing up there it's a tough way to end your season when it's a loss. But I saw a lot of potential in what we had going forward. I knew that we were still trending upward on the program that we were building for the past 5 years. So ending there, while it was an ending for me, it is not an ending for the rest of the team. And I'm very excited for them. At the end of last year, we decided we wanted to do a rebranding. For the mental state of the team, we thought it needed to be a little bit of a change from the past to help us step forward and create the kind of group that we wanted. Alpha was just one of the ones that kept popping back up. It's still related to the Wolfpack mentality and the Alpha Wolf, but it gave us a new brand and something that everyone was able to latch on to pretty early in the season. So obviously there was a lot of growth this year for the team, but really I think it started several years ago, and it's just been kind of like a bigger and better system every year, and kind of came together closer and closer and worked harder, and we knew what we wanted to do back then and where we wanted to get, which was here at Nationals, and we've just been working really hard since then.
The friendships, being able to hang out with people whenever I need to ask somebody to do something, they're pretty much always available. I can always count on them for anything I need, and that's just always really great to have.
When you have that tight bond, I mean, ups and downs, it's just so much better if you got somebody just always coming behind you and putting an arm around you and talking you through whatever it is. It's just an awesome thing to have a tight bond there. Even as a rookie, you can be a part of this team very fast, and it's awesome to see this year's rookie class really came and mold together with this team so well.
One final hit tie.
Texas is the last place I thought I'd hear Canada's national anthem. Love it. Love it. Anybody want half of banana? We'll give this out to the
Michigan coming in, we know that they're a good team that won their region at the end of the day. We also know that it should be a winnable game, but it's also that situation where we see it a little bit as a trap game. It feels like we should win, and we come in having these expectations, but if you don't take it the right way, then you're going to come out and not perform well early and then maybe suffer a close loss in the end.
Go earn yourself a block, go earn yourself a goal, go earn yourself an assist. Every single thing that you do is going to be earned. Think about it, plan for it. Let's go get it. Let's go. Let's go, Alpha. Let's go! Alpha 3! 1, 2, 3! Alpha! 4, 5, not done!
I wasn't really sure what role I would fit into. I ended up fitting in on O, which was super fun because like our captains from O, Bailey and Wes, are just like super positive guys. There's like nobody on O that's like gonna be selfish and like try to demand the frisbee.
We kind of knew from the first tryout that Dylan was going to be somebody that was a pretty big contributor on our O-line. Having him kind of even grow and develop more throughout the year to where he's become a cutter that we feel is, deserving of some recognition in the division, and deserving of some national attention.
It meant a lot to have all of our families come down and everything. I thought it was really helpful to have that energy on our sidelines. It was good to feel that kind of presence from home and have that, have the crowd cheering behind us the whole time.
There's only one thing we can do. We can be loud on the sidelines and we can be helpful to the players on the field. Let's be their eyes, all right? Let's go. Let's go, sideline on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
Let's go, boys.
Perkins was able to D an upline on a layup, incredible block. Michigan was going for a downwind score. The last play of the game when, I'm guarding my guy, he's faking an upline, fakes an inside, and then he takes the long upline path. I'm in a good spot to defend it, and then my feet come out from under me, and I'm not able to D it.
They won. Don't be salty that they won.
I keep saying every game here is going to be a grind, right? Even if the score isn't that tight, it's still going to be a fucking grind to get every point we want, right? We worked hard to get ourselves back out of that hole. Let's not get in that hole, all right? Keep your heads up, keep grinding.
We haven't played at nationals as a program in over 10 years. Very few of us had any kind of experience about what playing at nationals was really like and what playing against consistently top 20 teams in the nation was going to be like. And we knew that that was going to have to be where we figured it out. And we figured out what kind of a fight every game was going to be. And it was very obvious it was going to be a grind every time. No team was going to give you a point. No team was going to give you an inch. They weren't going to give you a single free throw. And Michigan showed it to us quickly.
Michael would have given anything to be there on the sideline with us, if not out on the field. But unfortunately, that wasn't his decision to make. I knew that he belonged there as much as anyone else because he is more single-handedly responsible for us being in Round Rock than anyone else on this team.
I mean, as soon as Bailey and I found out that he was likely not going to be able to make it out here, it was pretty heartbreaking. He is not only a huge part of our captainship, but he is a huge part of the team, both emotionally and physically on the field.
I was doing everything I could to have him there with us the whole time. Passed off the phone. I just said, Mike, do you want to talk to this person? Ran up to them, say, I got Mike here for you.
He was FaceTiming the games that weren't streamed, and he was on the phone talking to us in the huddle the entire games. It just shows how essential he is to our team, how much he means to all of us, and how much of a leader he is. Even though he couldn't be here, it was so unfortunate that he was still being a leader, not even being here with us.
Yeah, I thought the Fathead was fantastic. We've really struggled to have props this year for cheers as we're kind of finding ourselves, and just have Mike's face out there. Deserved to be there on the sidelines.
All together. Let's do it.
have no fear.
I feel no pain.
I feel no pain.
I have no fear.
I have no fear.
I feel no pain.
I feel no pain.
I have no fear.
I have no fear.
I feel no pain.
I feel no pain.
This is
our state.
This is
our state.
I'm the wolf.
We are the pack.
I'm the wolf.
We are the pack.
Alpha on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Alpha.
4, 5.
That does.
6, 7.
For right.
So going into our game against Brown, we had a mentality that this is nationals. Every team is out here to win. We're one of those teams. We're going to try to take every game.
Prepping for that mentally was really kind of exciting because coming out of Easterns, we had lost to them by 3 or 4, and then Brown went on to win Easterns, and so we knew that come out and probably give them a shock or at least give them a fight. And you know, we prepping for the game, missing Michael was a little bit tough. It kind of changes your matchups a little bit, but we knew that we had a good shot because in the Easterns game we were missing both Connor Chicas and Austin Alton, and we knew that if our O-line is 100%, we're going to have a good shot of playing Brown pretty close.
I have a reputation for not knowing how to lay out at all. He put it, I was about even. I guess the dude wasn't running so fast. And then I got it, a little thing I do. I have to pay homage to LT. I was his celebration when he played for the Chargers. And like after I scored, I went up and went 24, because that's Mike's number, like on my chest. Just the announcers were talking about like, even though we were down, like the energy like was like still there that we had. And everyone kind of got hyped. It's just a cool moment.
Mac Heck as their Callahan nominee, and he shows it on the field. He can dominate the game and take over. We tried to get some matchups for him to contain him in a small space, and we weren't very successful for it. We were playing so many offensive points because of their breaks that defense didn't get a lot of real chances and real looks to try to shut them down. And I think had we given them a handful more chances, they would have been able to produce some more results.
One time, Mac went up the line, and I got to cut under him and get a layout D on him. And I want to apologize, I threw my headband accidentally right in his face afterward. But he was a great player, and they got the better of us throughout the whole game. But they're really cool on the sidelines, and Mac was really cool about me accidentally disrespecting him a little bit.
Brown is a team that is phenomenal in the short field, and then as soon as you start taking that away or necessarily playing against the short field, they're just going to hug it past you. We weren't really able to execute on that, partially just because we were getting broken a fair amount, and it was because of their D-line. It was because of their D-line and Ned Dick and Saul Rushmeyer Bailey. They were able to just kind of small ball us up the field and throw 3-4 yard passes and get a couple of upwind breaks on us.
Our marks are not getting to where they need to be to stop this small space action fast enough, right? They're filling the around, they're hitting that around, and then they're hitting another around, right?
Thank you.
So, the marks have to be better, right? Put a body on them, be really physical. What they're doing is tiring as hell, both for them and for us, right? And we gotta make sure that they break first.
Here we go.
Yeah, Mike.
Alpha 3, 1, 2, 3.
Alpha
4, 5, 6, 7.
pretty bummed to get to nationals, put in all this work, and then to just sprain my ankle and have to sit out the rest of the weekend. I was pretty down on myself, but one of my teammates, Kevin Harrow, came up and he was talking to me and just keeping me positive and trying to keep my head up during that time.
Not having Colin is tough just because, Connor is my reset buddy, as I like to say, and him and I are able to kind of reset back and forth, and we trust each other and know what each other likes, know what space to throw to for each other. And so it kind of does jam up the offense a little bit, just because it's tougher for everybody to get resets, and even me just to get resets without having Connor.
We have 2 games tomorrow where we need to win. Mentally prepare yourself now, which means you've got to take care of your body tonight. Everyone needs to do both, ice bath and Epsom salt bath.
You need to be getting salt. That's potassium, that's calcium, that's everything. There are lots of salts that your body needs. Quoke's been cramping all game.
All right, thank you, Kevin. What you got?
Let's go,
You're not
boys.
fucking done.
Another day tomorrow, baby. Come on.
Alpha on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Alpha.
4, 5.
Not done.
6, 7.
For Mike.
We have 2 more games tomorrow, right? And so we need to use right now kind of just as a reset button, right? Where we have to learn from today, learn what happened today, but we need to reset, recharge, go out and ball tomorrow, right?
If we start slow tomorrow, our tournament is over. End of story. We have got to start guns blazing, firing on all cylinders. Every player has got to be ready to go when we start our first game tomorrow.
For the Nationals, right, if we win our 2 games tomorrow, which we expect to do and which we expect to do going into this tournament, then we are still in the same position where we thought we were going to be into pre-quarters, right? So regardless of what's happened today and regardless of the losses today, we are still in a fantastic spot to be able to get into bracket. Bodies tonight, sleep well, drink water. If you have an ice bath yet, do it.
It's been our struggle all season, having that mental energy when we wake up and get ready and get going. Dig deep, find something within yourself to wake up, put yourself in the mindset, put yourself into the energy to get ready to go, play competitive, play well, play your heart out. Right? Let's go ball.
Oh shit.
Hurry up in the windows. Let the world hear us.
Here we go.
Alpha on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Alpha.
4, 5.
Not done.
6, 7.
For Mike.
Today we're playing Iowa State first. Yesterday didn't really go as planned, unfortunately. Lost a couple of tough ones, especially the first one. So I guess today, I think we're going to get over the nerves, because definitely that was a big part of a lot of our drops and miscues in the win yesterday. So hopefully we'll get a chance to prove that we actually belong here at Nationals after a lot of people thought that
JB, get over there.
we'd do exactly what we did.
Stay left, JB.
It'd be nice to have a chance to prove ourselves and work on it as a team.
The Iowa State game, we were ready to win. We knew what we needed to do. We watched them the day before playing against Texas, and we knew what they were going to be looking like on the field and what kind of matchups we wanted for them.
We knew that they liked a windy game. They played a really good win game. And so preparing for that game, we knew that we were going to have to, probably come out strong, and really continue to keep pressure on them throughout the game, because if we let up at all, they were going to fight back and bring their way into the game. for an upwind hold, I think about midpoint, and I had the disc in my hands and I saw Perkins taking off, and I thought, why not? And I threw it to him, and Perkins goes up in the middle of two defenders and skies and takes care of business, and it was really exciting to watch, and it really got us going. And from there we were able to get that upwind hold, and then right after that it felt like, all right, here we go, it's time to go. Catch by Henry Poe to a huge layout grab to then subsequently take half against Iowa State. I think he definitely got a fair amount of flack up for it, but if you look at the film, he does catch it, and then when he goes to pick it up, drops it.
In the heat of the moment at Nationals, there is so much going on. Everything is happening so fast, and his one thought, at that point is, get it into the end zone, keep moving forward. I believe truly that if one of the Iowa players had made a down call and there was a stoppage, and he had some time to think about what had happened, he certainly would have, confessed to what had happened, realized as soon as he thought about it that, yeah, I did drop that disc. But in the heat of the moment with no stoppage there, and then immediately after the entire team rushing the field in excitement, not having seen what had happened, it's just really hard to stop that kind of momentum emotionally.
Shoemaker played an absolutely incredible game. He was throwing deep balls that just were on point every time. He was facilitating the offense on a turn fantastically. I don't think I've ever seen him play as well as he did that game.
every team that we're going to play at Nationals is a fantastic team. And Texas had been on fire all weekend coming into that game. So we knew they were going to be a fantastic team. We weren't sure what they were going to bring to the table coming into that game. But as soon as the game started, it was made clear that it was going to be a battle. That floated a little bit. I thought I was going to have a little bit more time, and so I turned to try and attack it. And then when I went up in my own space, the Texas defender that was trying to cover the pole at full sprint kind of came through and was trying to D the disc and ran through my body to try and do that. Looking back on it, the disc might have been a little high, but I did feel that I was still on my rise of my jump when I was kind of taken out by that defender.
It was going to the left side and I had to kind of swing across my body to try to make a play on it. And I think in that situation, if I could have been on my left side, then I could have made a play.
try to throw an around backhand. It was a tough catch, and he went up, and it looked like he was kind of pushed out almost by like his defender. But the observer like calmly explained to him like, "Sorry, I don't think he would have been able to land in bounds even if he hadn't been there," which was kind of a bummer because a lot of people on the sideline were like pretty angry because there's no real consequence for Hunter getting clobbered pretty much in the air. Whenever they hucked it deep and I was like the only one back there, I was like, oh man, it's coming in a blade. I like touched it and I like grazed it with like the tip of my finger, like just enough to like push it into him before he was expecting it. Just doinked off him a little bit. And I think that was something, because I remember I went back and watched it and they credited him with a drop. I was like, I touched it. It was kind of a bummer because I would love credit for that D. Ending our season right there, which that was really tough, especially to come back and like fight as hard as we did to like get to that point and lose like that with so many chances.
A tough way to end now my entire college career on a loss there, but for me it was a loss at nationals with a lot of plays that I could be proud of for myself and the rest of our team, and I saw a lot of potential in what we had going forward. I knew that we were still trending upward on the program that we were building for the past 5 years. So ending there, while it was an ending for me, it is not an ending for the rest of the team. And I'm very excited for them.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna miss most about being a part of the program is being together and spending time with each other. And that's what's been so much fun about this past year and has made it such a great year. We all just love being together, and spending 10-15 hours a week with every single player in the team is going to be definitely a rough change.
Certainly, now that I'm leaving the program, I'm going to miss the people more than anything. Some of these guys I've spent 4, sometimes 5 years with, and I built great friendships. I consider all of these guys to be my family, and I'll still be playing Ultimate after this, but I will never be playing with this same group of guys again, and that's something I will forever miss, but they will always be my family.
Coming through, I met some really great guys here, and they really welcomed me with open arms. Coming from probably the school that they like the least. So I really appreciate how everyone has taken me and made me a teammate.
I've never really been emotional over like the sports outcome like that I've been involved in, but just like when we were in that huddle like with all the seniors and like seeing how much work they put in just to end like that and just like work so hard to be just like 2 universe point games away from making the bracket was really tough. But just like the way everyone came together, even after the game, and like hugging everyone and like talking about like how great the season was like just a really cool experience, and I would trade it for the world.
Mike, you don't want to go first?
No, I'm gonna let somebody else go first since y'all talk without me though, it seems like.
Talked without
y'all
you?
didn't let me talk in the fucking huddle.
What you talking about?
I was like, Lerner, let me talk, and Lerner said, Alpha on 3. I said, bro.
And then Charlie comes in and is just like, so you lose your first game of regionals. How did that feel after all this?
How's that?
Alpha on 3! 1, 2, 3!
Alpha! 4, 5, 9, 10! Mike 7.
For Mike.
Like when we get back. You guys do well enough.
I'm not a U24 guy. I was on the U20 team.
U20 team. Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I just can't answer that question.
And like all the tournaments, like interact with people, like go to cookout, like stuff like that.
Roll Rooks, roll Cookouts.
All right, thank you.
Roll Rooks.
Roll. I'm back. So this is just a little something from us, and it's the best we can do. We can't give you a pen.
And I think something should be said in front of everyone that there are 3 people who are extremely directly responsible for that and have put in more work than probably anyone here knows, but the 3 of them. Wes, Bailey, and Mike worked their butts off all year to get us here and to make sure his team came together. And more than anything, to take something that was already there and to make it better and to fight against our own bad traditions and create some new ones. So.
It's just awesome to see the support from the sidelines, parents, family, friends.